Now let's zoom out, make another button. This one's going to be a shank button, which is what you'd find on your jeans. And I'm going to go ahead and make a circle, zoom in. Alrighty, let's change the stroke weight on that to 1, give it a nice metal appearance. There's a couple different kinds, choose whatever you think works best. On the gradient palette, I'm going to go ahead and change the direction again. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is get the ellipse tool one more time, and this time I'm going to go on the inside. Alright. Get the ellipse tool again. Create another circle. Alright, and now we have all 3 of these circles. I'm going to align them. Okay, on this fella right here, radial. And you could adjust with the, if you notice here, what's happening, it's moving around. Okay, so it's probably on this side. There we go. There it is. And I wanted to get that darkness right on here. Now, this section here, we're going to change the direction again. It's going to give it that shining appearance of a metal button. I mean, it could be gold, it could be silver. I mean, I have made buttons where it's two-tone. You got brass and you got the silver going. Let's undo that and stick to the basic here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, arrange, send to the back. Okay. Let's change the stroke. I like the stroke on this guy, on the effect to be a little bit thinner. Now, this is at linear. Let's change it to radial. Okay, let's change the direction here. There we go. Make it a little bit darker on that side. Let's stick to that. Let's change this, make it a little bit darker. Just double click it. There we go. Alright, that's what I like to see. Now, position it. I think that's pretty good. Oh, now I'm going to make another circle. Actually, let me first, before we make another circle, I'm going to go ahead and select this, right click, and group. So this is group now. Let's make the other circle. I'm going to make the circle to be bigger than the inside circles, like so. Now this is strictly to write whatever it is we want to write. So I'm going to go ahead and take the type tool, select and hold it until you get this menu. I'm going to choose type on path. Just come over here and whatever you want to call it. I'm sitting here with the TV on and the nanny's on. So let's go ahead and put the nanny. The nanny jeans. And let's go star, 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 star. I'm space, 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 space. Put a star in there, and then say made in the USA. Space, 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 and throw another star in there. And let's see here. Let's rotate this a little bit. There we go. Just hover right over the corner, and then you can rotate it. Now, let's see here. Let's go back and add some space and delete some spaces here. Try to get it a little bit more centered. All right. And you can choose a font. I'm going to go to my type font. You can see I have tons of fonts in here. Which one do I want to use? It's just something quick, and you guys know how I am. I'm always trying to Oh, that's too big. Let's change the size. That's too small. I feel like the three little bears. Let's scroll down. Find another interesting here. Let's try this one. Alright, so let's increase the size on that. Decrease it by 1. Alright, that looks decent. Alright, rotate it over. I like it. Now I'm going to select, it's selected. Now I'm going to go to Type, Create Outlines, and I'm going to add a stroke to this. Actually, before I go to stroke, I'm going to go ahead and copy. So Control C. Okay, max, it's Command C. Let's add a stroke to it. Let's make it 0.75. Let's paste, and let's go ahead and put a color in here. Let's do this antique brass or bronze, copper. Okay, and change the direction of the gradient. There you go. Now, I like to put a center logo in the shank. Let's go with T and J. T. And I'm just going to write them separately. N, J. The nanny jeans. So, like, what a stupid name, by the way. Alright. Type, create outlines, and let's do this. I'm going to reflect this one. Transform, reflect. Okay. There we go. Three different levels. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to unite them, and what happens when I unite them, it's going to connect all these areas that are touching, and it will be like one piece of art. There you go. Now let's go ahead and again stroke. I'm going to simply drag my fill to my stroke. You can see it stroked it. Okay, let's go a little bit bigger. Try to center it. Copy and paste. Bronze. Change the direction of the gradient in the gradient palette, and let's get rid of the stroke. Let's position it right here. Now we have a shank button. And before I group it, I was about to group it. You need a rivet, and a lot of times rivet is going to be derived from the actual button. So I'm going to go ahead and select it, ungroup this because this section is grouped. And there we go, that works. Now select everything and deselect what you don't want. I'm going to group that, copy and paste it, put it to a side, and now take all of this and group it, Control G. And here, okay, so we could take this backside, copy and paste. Okay, you could do the same thing. Right click, arrange, send to back, change the stroke. Alright, and select it all and group it. We have a button and you have a rivet. Now the eye hole, the keyhole is what I usually create for jeans. Start in the middle somewhere. Go to the top around here and give it a teardrop-ish feel. Let's get rid of that fill. Now I'm going to come to the center about here. Give it a little curvature. Come to the bottom, about the same area as the other side. That's it. Come to the end. Continue that teardrop, and I can take my direct select, the white arrow, and extend this if need be, and it needs to be. And effect, I could apply the same zigzag I did on the last one, so I could just say apply zigzag. And this is what I'll get. take the button, arrange, bring to front, and there you go. Now, if you don't want it to show from the top, you could just stretch it down. Okay, like so. And the bottom is the same. And if you want to show more in the front, kind of like the edge of it, there you go. Zoom out. Okay, so here's our pearlized plastic button or actual pearl button, depending on the budget. And here's our rivet. Everything's scalable. Adjust everything and apply them to wherever you need. Make a folder, stick your buttons in it, and everyone will be happy, especially you, when you don't have to redraw this again. And if you want to change colors, just select it and change the color. So you're not stuck with anything. You could add even type to this if you want to. Let's change this back to radio. There we go. Really makes it look bubbly here. It's really cool. Alright guys, I hope this helped. See you in class, or if you're not one of my students, hope this helped you too. Thanks a lot. Take care. Good night. Or good morning. Like in my case, it's 5:24 a.m. I gotta stop and go to bed.